And welcome back to the third part of this tutorial. Okay, what I want to try and achieve now is when I click on this combo box and select any of these codes, I would like the system to actually populate all of these text box telling us what's going on each of the course or each of the courses. And I would also like to be able to enter some value in there and click on my result to calculate that, and then populate everything right in here. Okay, let's do that. So let's come in here and take care of that for now. Exit out, yes, and let's double click on this, on the select course. There, I'm going to start by using an if statement. If CBO course dot text, if that is equals, let's say BSc serious games, you have to make sure the spelling, everything is right the way it is. Okay, if that is that, then txt course code dot text, that will be equals, let's say BSc GS, let's say 354. Okay, that's fine. Now the next one is the faculty dot text, that is equals, let's say school of computing, or school of computer science. Okay then, there we go. Now let's have a look at the dean of faculty dot text, and we just make up a name in there. Let's say it's Professor Folake Tomilola There we go. Now let's have a go at the program manager or program leader. No, program leader dot text equals, let's say Dr. Peter Stone. Right, now we also have, let's say course tutor dot text, and that will be Dr. Rose Royce. There we go. Now the building, txt building dot text, that is equals, I'm going to call it Kelly's house. Yep, there, Kelly's house, in honor of one of my schools. Okay, let's try this out, and we just select the serious games alone. Now no, we need to end the if. Let's see, was the if ended? No, it wasn't. End if, right. Okay, maybe I should just get this indented. Just select it all on tab. It's indented now. Okay, now let's run that. Select the serious game. Boom, you see that, guys? So that's what I want. So I'm just going to copy it and repeat exactly the same thing for the others. So copy, and we then use else if. Let's say else if is computer science. Grab all of these, BSc computer science, and we change that around as well. Then the course code will be changed. Let's say this one becomes C, and 1. So I'm going to speed that up. Okay, I guess you guys see that. So if I run it now, and if it's computer science, there we go. Then we need to change the names we have on it. So let's change 1 or 2 names in there. Back in here. Now the very first name I'd like to change, let's say this is Professor Tony Montana, and let's call this Alan, Dr. Alan Brahim. And here we have Paul Parker there. Paul Parker. Okay, then let's assume the house is Bishop's house. Bishop's house. That's my old house. There. In St. Malachy's. So run that. Okay, serious games, change to that. Okay, so I'm going to speed that up now, guys. So just copy and paste, then change it around. Copy, paste. Let's change that. Right, so I'm finished with that. So have a good look at the lines of code for that very combo box. Once you write one, you can always copy and paste the rest. Just change it around. So have a good look at it. That is for, let's take it from the top again, serious game, computer science. Then we have animation there. Business information system, computer games. And finally we have computer animation there. So that is that. So let's run it and you see how that works. Computer animation, computing, and so on. So that is fine. That's working well. Now the next thing we want to do is with now, you see these buttons. When I click on any of these buttons, I will actually like it to display the dates right in here. Okay, now let's stop that. So to achieve that, all we need to do is, let's select this very first one. I'm going to double click on that. So I'm going to say LBL date dot caption equals D1 dot, there we go, control tip text. Okay, so if I run it now and click on this, that should display the date. Look at that. So I'm going to repeat the same thing for this next one. Okay, all you just need to say is control tip text. Now double click on the next one here. It's exactly the same lines of code. Just copy, paste that in there, and just change the D1 to D2. There we go. That's it. Now if you want, you can always select the next one here, and that's meant to be D3 and so on. So let's go back, double click on D3, and just paste that, change that to D3. Control T. Okay, go to the next one, that's D4. Paste, changes to D4. There. So let's run it and you guys see how that works. Then I can then speed up the rest. D1, D2, 3, 4. See that? It's showing the control tape. Alright. So I'm going to just speed that up. And there we go, guys. That is it, taken care of for every single button on the calendar. Okay, that is, take it from D1, D2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See, it's exactly the same lines of code. All we're just doing is changing the object details. There, that's up to 11, 12, up to 17, and take it from there, 23, 25, up to 29, then up to 34, 40, and there, that is it, up to 42 in total. Okay, save that. So let's run it and you guys see what I'm talking about. So whatever you selected there automatically appears here. Okay, so that is taken care of and that's fine. So I'll reset that. Alright, we now want to take care of this very one. So whatever subject selected here, enter the grades in there. We should be able to click on this and that should also display the total, the ranking and the date. So only if we want to change it shall we click on this. That's the only time we can click on this if we want to change the date. Now let's go back to the result. Double click on result. Okay, right inside the result, first of all I'm going to declare the following variable. I'm going to call that no, let's make that an array. This array is going to take in 9 value, comma, and we also have, that's unit 9 total. Then we also have unit total. Unit total is just a variable as integer there. So I'm going to start by saying if txt model1 dot text, if that is equals nothing, then we want txt model1 dot, oh no, I said or txt model1 dot text. So if it is less than, no, greater than 100, okay, then in that case I would like it to default txt model1 to 0. Okay, we can just copy this and paste that right here and enter 0 in there. Okay, so that's fine. That's for the very first one. The second one, we have 8 of those in total. So I'll just copy and paste. We have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now change this to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And here as well. Now this 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. That should be 3, 2. And here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There. So that is taken care of. Okay, else if none of those happen, then the next thing is we say unit and rate 0. Oh, let's change that. There's been an error there. Come back in here. My unit array 0, that will be equals txt. Let's grab it, txt1 here. There. Let's say it's an integer. Let's enter int in here. There we go. And we'll repeat the same thing for the others. So grab this. Alright. In total we have 8. So there. So just change the value here around. And this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, so I've now assigned every single component to the declared array. Now we're going to add everything up here. I'm going to grab this, come right down here, and that is going to store the whole value. So the first one is going to be this one. Grab this, paste that in here, plus the next one, plus the next one, and the next one, and so on. In total we have 8. So I'm going to grab this, enter a plus sign here, paste, close that off, and just change this one to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. There we go. All of that is taken care of. We now need to add the total straight into LBL total. LBL total score dot text equals, no, not text align, no, dot caption equals that, and that is meant to be okay. Done. Let's try that out before I use some if statement to check one or two things. Okay, this shouldn't be allowed, but for now, okay, that should default back. Let's see. Alright, there we go. That changed to 0, so that's fine, and the rest is added up. That's very good. Okay, exit out, and let's double click on the result. Okay, now underneath here I'm going to use an if statement to check the total score in here. Let's come down here. Let's say if unit total is less than and equals to 700. In that case, LBL ranking or rank. Here, ranking dot caption, that will be equals first class. There we go. Else if, let's grab this and use else if. Here, grab everything. Else if it's 600, then this will be second class upper, second dot I upper. That is how second class is written. Okay, now let's go for the next one. The next one is if is 500, and that will become second class lower. Okay, second class lower. No, we don't want it. Right. And if it's 400, then this one will become third class. Okay. Now that's third class. So let's check these other ones. And if it's less than 400, let's enter 300 there. 300. In that case, that will become certificate of higher education. And if it's less than 300, let's say less than 300, there we go. This one is greater than and equals to 300. If this one will be if it's less than and equals to, if it's less, let's say if it's less than 300, okay, then that becomes a fail. Now let's end that. And if, there we go. Guess you guys see that that is my result. Let's take care of the following condition: if it's empty or if it's greater than 100. Do this. Okay, apart from that, add up everything straight into the array, assign everything into the array, then here add up the array and the total score, enter that in here. Then use this instruction here to check who is first class, second class, and so on. And underneath here, let's enter the date. LBL date dot caption, and that will be equals, let's say, format date there. So that will actually display the day the qualification was issued. So let's run it and see. Save it first, run. Okay, enter whatever in there. Alright, decision time. There we go, third class. Okay, that's fine. So that's working fine, and this all we then need to do is to make sure the subject are selected. Of course, you should select the subject before entering the grades. Alright, that is that done. Okay, supposing the end user end up entering something like character like this, what should we do? Okay, that will give an error, as you can see. So let's end that. So in that case, what we will do is let's prevent this from accepting whatever character. So I'm going to double click on that, and in here I'm going to change that to on key press. Okay, we can use on key press or on exit. So on key press, so let's say on key press, if not is number numeric, actually txt model dot value, that should be one dot value, then txt model the text equals clear. Dot text, we have to clear that. Then we can also display a message box. You don't have to, but you can do that if you want. Only numbers are allowed. Alright, only numbers are allowed. And let's get it to set focus here. txt model 1 dot set focus and if. Okay, let's try this out. That's for the very first text box there. And I'm going to come in here now, enter whatever in there. Nope, it's not allowing any character there. Aha, that shouldn't happen. Alright, let's use exits. That is on key press. I'm going to grab this, copy everything in there, and let's cut it off. And I'm going to change the event to exit there, on exits instead of key press. Key press still enter the last value. So on exit, so let's run that on exit and enter whatever in there on exit, and I click here. No, that is good. So nothing is left in there. Okay, that is fine. So I'm going to copy that and use that for the next text box as well. So come back in here, double click on number 2, paste and change the text content to 2. That's 2 here and 2 here as well. There. The next one is going to be number 3. Okay, number 3. Oh, it has to be on exit. I think number 2 is wrong as well. We have to change that to exit. The event should be exit. So do this. Now let's see number 2. Okay, I'm right. That's wrong. Cut that off. That the event should be an exit. There. Now number 4. An exit. Paste. Change this to 4. 4 and 4 here. 4 here as well. 5. Change first. Paste. And this become 5. 5 and 5. 6. Change the event. Paste. Change this to 6. 6. and the last one as well. Now number 7. There, paste, and all 7 here. And finally, text box number 8, change the event as well. Paste, and this becomes 8, and 8 here, 8. There, that is it, all done. Now run. Nope, that's not allowed. Nope, that's not allowed. So that's good. So let's enter numbers now. Careful, numbers, and numbers here. There. Certificate of Higher Education. Okay, so that is it, all taken care of. Now what we then need to do is I want to be able to click on this and add everything right in here. Okay guys, let's exit out and start work with the add new data. So I'm going to scroll right down here, double click on this add new button, and right in here the first thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to create the following variable. I'm going to call it WKS, which stands for workbook. That is going to be declared as workbook, no, worksheet. Let's get that right, as worksheet. There we go. There. And the next one I'm going to just say dim add new as range. Good. Now let's set this workbook equals sheet, and sheet that the worksheet I'm referring to is going to be my sheet number 1. There we go. Alright, that's taken care of. Then the next one is I'm going to set the add new, that will be equals work WKS worksheet dot range, and it's going to range from A up to 65,356. Close that dot to the end, and we're going to also have to offset that. So let's say X up dot offset, okay, by 1. There, that is taken care of. Now the next thing I want to do is, you see every single component here, I'm now going to add them straight onto the system. I'll first of all start with the student ID, which is txt. So let's exit out and go back in there. So let's grab the name of this one. I'm going to just grab student ID. Now double click on the add new button, and right underneath here I'm going to now say, see the add new dot offset. I want you to offset whatever value we have inside this one. So the very first one is going to be inside column 0, row 0, dot value, no, that should be value, not validation, dot value, that would be equals txt dot text. So that's my very first one. So the next one is going to be surname, no, first name, surname, and so on. So copy, paste, paste, paste. So this one offset it by 1 to the next one, 2, 3, and here this is going to be first name followed by surname, and followed by address. There we go. And the next one, let's add some more. I have 40 in total, so this one is going to be 4, 5, 6, 7, and number 4, that will be CBO gender. Nice. Then it's going to be followed by mobile. Yeah. Then I have an email. There. Then after the email, I'm going to go for, let's go for CBO course. Okay, and so on. I have 40 of those in total. So I'm going to speed that up and get back to you guys. And right there, guys, those are the lines of code that we add every single data, whatever data you enter, straight onto the component, straight onto the worksheet itself. At 0 to 21, let's take it from 21 now to 39. So in total, that is 40. All right, that is it, done. Right, and right underneath here, add as follows. Okay, so that is fine. So the next thing now that I'm going to do is I'm going to come back in here. First of all, let's change one or two things here before I test this out. I'm going to select this select that frame and maybe this other one as well. Select both, no, just this one first. And I'm going to change the back color. Let's change that to dark green. And this other frame in there, I'm using that as just like a divider between the text between the buttons, and repeat the same thing. There we go. Okay, so let's run it now. Decision time. Alright, I'm going to enter some data in here. There, and the name again, I'm going to stick to Tony Allen and enter surname there, and address alias number 13 God's. It's a God's Town, and it's mail. Mobile number, okay, and email will be tony@gmail.com. Alright, so let's grab this for his guidance details. Address, let's make this up, and it's going to be Peter Allen right here. There, and here is mobile. Let's just grab something here to speed up the whole process. Paste, and work number there. Okay, surname, that will be Allen. First name Peter, and who is he? Is the father. There we go. And what course is he taking? Okay, animation. He's an overseas student. He's in accommodation. Is he on scholarship? Yes. And that would be BA. Let's say final year, and let's select the units. Do that again. Select that, and so on, guys. There, and grades, There we go. There. All we then need to do is click on the result. That's the result, looking good. Now let's check this out. Click on add new. There we go. And let's look at our list box there. That is it. That is the list box. That's the details of Tony Allen, straight on the list box. Now exit out. Yeah. Oh, let me show you guys the worksheet right here on the worksheet. Look at that. That's the details of Tony Allen as well. Okay guys, so with that, I'm going to call it the end of this very beautiful tutorial. I suppose you guys enjoy it, and please do subscribe to my channel, and you can also join to become a member of the channel. You all have a nice day now, and bye for now.